Okay, I think we should start now. Thank you all for joining us for this session of Manu Patra. So Manu Patra, you might be familiar with us. We are, Arun sir, good to go, sir?
Yes. You may
Okay,
proceed.
perfect. Thank you, Sita. Okay. So let me tell you a brief about my company, Manu Patra. So we started in 2001. We are the pioneers in the online legal search industry. So we are the first one who were there, who thought that online and legal database is going to be a thing 20 years down the line. So the basic focus of Manu Patra over the years has been on technology, on how to use different technologies like visualization tools, artificial intelligence, to make legal research much more intuitive and much more easier. So this is our forte in terms of we see ourselves as a basically as a technology company in legal industry. So there's a lot of uh, features that we have that we cover in this session. Okay. And let me give you the coverage, what all we are going to cover. Primary and secondary database, what are the different search options that are available. Real-time case study we have planned that we can do. And what is the different template available in Manu Patra? What is the one good case method? In Manu Patra, through one good case, you will be able to find many cases related to that point. So how do you do that? How do you find references based on that one case? So that will cover what are the common mistakes that are to be avoided. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump into the site now. Any question that you have, you can drop them in the chat box. I'll take it like whenever I have time, I'll pause the session and we can take the queries. At the end also, we can have a separate question and answer round. This is going to be 40-45 minutes of session. Okay, so this is Manu Patra. So this is manupatra.com or manupatrapass.com. Okay, so just go into this site and this is the username and the password. So either you are given a username password or you are an IP based subscription. So before pandemic, what used to happen was like you might be connected to your office like this university server. So when you are connected to that, there is an option available IP user click here. So beneath this password, there is an option available there. You click onto that one, put in your email ID, and you will be able to access the system from there. Okay, so once you have done that, and click onto this button, and this is my Manu Patra homepage. Okay, so this is how it looks like in the inside. On the left hand side, we have the different search engines: Manu search, legal search, citation search. So specific search engines are there. On the right hand side, we have the table of contents in Manu Patra. So what all are we covering in Manu Patra? You can see from here. Okay. Let me go through this like just 5-10 minutes. I'll show you everything that we have and where you can get it. Okay. So this is like Supreme Court. For Supreme Court, all the judgments we covered from 1950 till today. All the Supreme Court judgments are there. Similarly, Supreme Court orders are also there from 1980 till today. Similarly, all the High Court judgments are also there. Okay, so like 25 High Courts plus the Privy Councils. So Privy Councils are the old judgments, say Lahore, Peshawar, Rangoon. So if you want judgments going back from 1850, you will be able to acquire that from here. Let me ask one question. You can just quickly reply me on the chat box. So which is the oldest court in India? So like which is the oldest high court in India? If anybody can just give me a quick answer. Yogesh sir is saying
Calcutta.
Okay, somebody said Calcutta. Mansi ma'am, I guess. Calcutta High Court started waking up. So Arun sir and Mehak ma'am both said Calcutta. Calcutta is the right answer. Somebody said Allahabad High Court, which is not right. Calcutta is the oldest court. And let me show you like the coverage for Calcutta. So pre 1950. So this is from 1860 onwards. The Calcutta court judgments are available. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which is the tribunals and commissions. So these are apart from the courts and the Supreme Court. These are also very, very. Let me show you for one, say NCLT. So NCLT, I am basically a sales guy. So we keep going to advocates, and NCLT these days is very, very important. And I guess by the time you guys pass out to NCLT is going to be the very important tribunal. So all the benches we cover from NCLT, and this is, you can access them from here. Apart from that, NCDRC, CAT, DRT, all these tribunals are also there. Similarly, international database. So international database is Commonwealth English speaking countries plus US and UK. So all these decisions you will be able to get. So suppose you are searching on right to privacy, and privacy is an international issue as well as a national issue. So you can see the judgments from different Supreme Courts as well as from our own Supreme Court. Business policy is something very interesting. Say I'm a corporate lawyer. So for a corporate lawyer, you will be able to find all the secondary and primary database in one place. Say what are all the different press releases that have been coming on this topic. You can see from here, due dates, drafts, notification circulars, anything that is being updated on my particular topic, it will be here and you will be able to access it. So similarly, this database is available for real estate lawyers also, or for any subject like arbitration, anti-dumping, capital markets. So again, the entire thing, all the primary as well as secondary. So primary is something that is coming from the courts, coming from the parliament, and secondary is like guidelines, reports, secondary database. So all that material is provided to you in one place. Okay, so this is business policy. Similarly, corporate tax and GST is an evolving subject of law. New press releases keep on coming. So if you need to get yourself updated on that, this is also available from here. Similarly, notification circulars, central as well as state, all the state and central notifications you will be able to see from here. Next one, which is the BEAR Act folder. So BEAR Act is important. We'll give it a little more time. So central as well as state BEAR Acts are available for all the states. Rules and regulations also you can see from here. So sometimes people call us for these small rules because these are very important, and when they are important, you can't find them anywhere. So this is how to get them in Manupatra. So let's open for the BEAR Act as an open table of content, and we are going to see them alphabetical wise. So A to Z, all the BEAR Acts are available to you in one place. Okay, so since we have LLB and LLM students, make it a little, so both are able to relate to the topic. So this is Companies Act. So for Companies Act 1956, this was the previous act which got repealed by the 2013. So this is the latest 2013. Any amendment that comes in the Companies Act, that also you can able to track from here. So any amendment we locate like right here. So these are all the amendments that have been coming. This is the latest amendment which came in 2020. Okay, so this is the 2020 amendment which is done on the main act, which is the Parent Act. This is the 2013. Now 2020 amendment has this flag. None of them otherwise have this flag. So this means Kaushiki ma'am, I think your mic is on. Okay, so this is for Companies Act Amendment 2020, and this from here you can see the date of the enforcement for this. So this is date of the enforcement, although this has been passed by the Parliament, but the date of enforcement has not come on this. So that small information related to that act you will be able to see from here. Let's open any one, like this one, Companies Act 1956. So this is the complete act. You will be able to see the complete act from here if you want to read the commentary on the same. So the commentary option is also available. On each section, separately commentary is available. Of course, if you want to take out a printout of this one, you can always take a printout from here. Okay. So let's go back to Companies Act. Okay. On the right hand side, these are the different icons that you have to use to open this. So this is view in single document that we have already done. This is annotations if there is any annotation related to this act that you can see. Comparative chart. So if you want to compare this to the previous act, so it is 2013 and the 1956. If you want to compare these two BEAR Acts, like which section is what, so you will be able to compare. Similarly, you can do for a new act also, like National Court of, like the Consumer Act that have come in 2019. You'll be able to compare. This is the rules and regulations for this. If you want to view this in different languages, so that option is also here, brief facts. Okay, so once this is on the right hand side, all these icons, just next time you open Manupatra, go to this folder, open one Bare Act, and you will get all these features. Let's click onto this one. This is the 2013 one, and you will be able to see that this is the Companies Act. And if you want to see judgments on that particular act, on section 1, I want to see judgments on section 1, so this is the button. So this is one of the way through which you can get to the judgments on a particular section. Okay, so this is one way. I'll show you two more ways through which you can get to the particular judgments on the particular section. Say I want to read section 5 articles. Click onto this one. And now from here you will be able to get like 1078 results on Companies Act article section 5. Okay. This is on section 5. Again, this particular definition, there is an amendment that is still pending, that is not notified yet. So this is a very important information when you're going to move, when you're going to court. This you should keep in mind. So from here you can see all the Bare Act related information, all the rules, regulations, everything that you will need. You are getting that in one folder, and this is very frequently updated on a daily basis. So anything that is coming, you will be able to see the track the changes also. Okay, so this is for the Bare Act. Again, another thing, this folder is there where you will be able to find committee reports. Different government bodies keep coming out with their different reports. Constituent Assembly debates are also there. So if LLM students, they are interested in this, they can view this. On cyber and IT, different reports if you want to see. So these reports are there, court fees, court rules, court forms, these are available, drafts, different thousands of drafts are available on different subjects. So if you are doing an internship somewhere and all of a sudden you require a particular draft, you will be able to get it from here. Okay, so this is available in PDF Word format. If you want to send this directly to a friend or someone, you can also do that from here. Okay, let's come to the next one, which is the pending bills in the Parliament. So this is all the bills. You'll be able to track the bills. So this is the 17th Lok Sabha, the current ongoing Lok Sabha, 2020. I'm showing you all the bills that were introduced in 2020. What is the status? What is the ascent date? What is the enforcement date? So again, very, very small, but very, very important, because sometimes the ascent date is not there, enforcement date is not there. So you need to keep a track of these things. Again, this is available in Lok Sabha, as passed by Lok Sabha, as passed by both houses. So all the different forms are also available. Say, because farmers empowerment bill, a lot of this has been in the news. So very, very important for you guys, especially upcoming lawyers. So to go to the source of the document and read the document from there. So this is, you're getting that source documents, read the documents, don't rely on WhatsApp or any other like non secondary source. Okay, so this is the primary source that we are providing here. Another one is stamp duty, suit valuations, also relevant for when you are getting into practice. Miscellaneous is also there. So on budgets are there, same day the budget comes, we upload it on the site. Nation cases and news. So basically we cover Supreme Court and High Court and tribunal cases. District court cases we don't cover, but still some of the cases are relevant in news and everything. So I think Salman Khan might be somewhere. Okay, so this is the case, the Deer case in Rajasthan, that you will be able to see from here. Okay, let's come to next one, ebooks, academic ebooks. Different ebooks are available for you if you want to download this for on Code of Civil Procedure, CRPC. These are there. Academic ebooks are there on arbitration. So if you want to read this, this is there. Of course, the benefit here is that everything is hyperlinked since you are doing it online. So if you want to read the judgment based on that particular book, that is hyperlinked to that particular case law. Legal taxonomy is also there, which is just like a digest. So what we have done here is we have tried to mimic your book. So on a particular subject, say on civil procedure, this is the main subject. Now these are the sub-subjects on that. So you just go on clicking on the sub-subjects, and at the end of it, you will get the relevant case laws based on the subjects and sub-subjects you've chosen. So the idea is that if you are in a hurry, you don't want to search also, so that option is available through legal taxonomy. You will be able to access them from here. Again, articles are also available. So different articles in terms of very professional students, we keep getting articles on different subjects. So you can just, if you're looking, say, COVID-19, what are the legal implications that has been happening on this one? So you can search on that and you will be able to get relevant results. If you want to search on the date of subject, like date of publications and subject wise, that is also there. Okay, so this is, I think, okay, yeah. So this is the database part. So this, we have covered the database. This is the, like, the boring part of the demo is over. I think we are coming to the more interesting bit. This is the how to search in Manupatra. What are the different search options? How do you search here? So this is the first one, which is the Manu search. So Manu search is basically our Google. This is the most preferred search among all the searches. So this has been there from the day one. So Manu search, you just have to type here, say, appointment of arbitrator, and it uses natural language processing, so you don't have to frame a query. You know, anything that is coming to your mind, you can write it, right, and it will fetch you relevant results. That's why it's our bread and butter. So this is appointment of arbitrator. Wherever appointment of arbitrator is coming, like in a phrase or which are relevant judgments. So this is, again, the top 10 judgments are the most important judgments. You won't have to go on to the second page to find that. So appointment of arbitrator, this is my first query. Now what I can do, this is important, you can search in result. So you can refine this further. I want to search further on foreign award. So now it will look in these 19,000 some judgments for foreign award. Okay. What you can do more is you can search in result more. So like many a times people just write like one paragraph or 2 lines directly in Manu search. That won't help. What you should do, what we prefer, what we suggest is just start by your keyword and you can just then refine by the another word. Okay, so we can do also a case study on this a little later. So this is just make your search in result and get your relevant result. This is the court-wise citations, like different courts. If you're looking for a particular court, say Supreme Court, Allahabad High Court, Bombay Court, so you can select the filtration. Judges-wise filtration is also there. If you have a particular judge tab in mind, you can do that. Period-wise, ministry-wise, industry-wise is there, judge bench-wise is there. So if you want to read a judgment from a higher judgment first, where 5 or more judges were there, a constitutional bench was there, you'll be able to read those judgments. Again, you can filter this result in terms of relevance, in terms of the decision date, which is the newest one, and cited most, which is the most cited judgment in this particular topic. Now, for the first two students, I will tell you that a judgment, the more a judgment is cited, the more its its weight is given to that. So, like this particular judgment, this has been cited in Manupatra 890 times. This particular judgment has been cited 312 times. So, we also give that here. Now, sometimes like old advocates ask for this, like if you have a head note for the judgment, because there are so many new features also that I will show you, but head note also if you want. So on any judgment, you will be able to get the head notes from here. Okay, so this is the act of the judgment, the prior history, the case note, disposition. How did I get to the head note part? Just click onto this one, 2001. And from here, you will be able to extract the head note. So this feature is called Manu Instinct, and you will be able to take out a printout of this as well. If you want that, if you want to give it to a senior or anyone, so you will be able to track that. Now this red flag is important. I'll come to that a little later, but just keep that in mind. Okay, so this is on appointment of arbitrator on Manu search. Let's quickly go to legal search now. In legal search, what is the difference between Manu and legal? Legal is when you have a particular section in mind. When you are starting in Manu search, you have a particular keywords in mind. So this is my query. In legal search, when you are starting with, suppose, a particular section, say Negotiable Instruments Act, and your section is 138. So it's a case of check bounce and 138 is involved. You can just search from here. On NI 138, you will be able to access these judgments from here. So these are like 14,000 judgments. Now the search and result option is also available. So acquittal related cases, anything else you want to search, will be able to filter more. So on legal search, you can search in terms of acts, you can search in terms of the party name. So if you have single party, both the party names, just write Konkan Railway, and wherever Konkan Railway is a party, you'll be able to find all these cases from here. Okay. Now you can write, say one case, Konkan Railway, one party is there. And if I have both the parties, say Konkan Railway and the party is ITD, and you can just search here and it will give me where ITD is also the party. The benefit of doing it from here is that it will only search in the title of the judgment. So that is only being searched when you are searching this particular on the appellant respondent. So whenever you are making this party name based search, use legal search appellant respondent tab, you will get much more accurate results. Many of the people just go and write that in Manu search. Sometimes you get relevant results, sometimes not. But this will always fetch you good results. Case note, if you are looking for that particular word in the case note of the judgment, suppose the judge did not have that particular, the gender justice is not written on the judgment, but that judgment is on gender justice. So our team might have written it in gender justice, so you can search in the case note. Subject wise, say you are looking for IPR or on a particular subject, you will be able to segregate judgments based on the subjects also. So you can select capital market or commercial related judgments. Make your search and you will be able to see all the commercial related judgments in one place. Now you can sort by in terms of the decision date and you will be able to see the latest one also. Okay, so this is the legal search, subject wise on. So sometimes you just have the date of the decision. You read an article somewhere and this was given on some particular 9th of January by say 9th of September by Delhi High Court. So you can just select 9th and Delhi and you can see all the cases that Delhi High Court gave on the 9th of September 2020 and you can search them from it. So just a date wise filter is there. Relevant search, I'll come to it once I show the template of the judgment. Okay, so this is the citation part. So if you're looking, Manu Patra has more than 330 plus citations. So if you are looking for a particular citation, so say AIR is there, ELT is there, SEC is there, any citation, scale is there. So you will be able to find that just from here. So you can just select say AIR Allahabad and say give it any year, 1990, volume number. AIR doesn't have that. You can just give in a page number. From here you are able to fetch the relevant citation. Okay, so this is on the citation search. So very simple, you will be able to do. Coming to the next one, which is the act search. So act search is one way to get to your bare access from the table of content, TOC. Now this is another one. This is the act search option. So this is available under legal search, act search, and you're looking for say CPC. You can just select CPC, view the selected act, and this will open the code of civil procedure for you. And if you're looking for a specific word in CPC, and you can just write review here. So in whichever section the word review is coming, so you can further filter that out from here. Somewhere review might be here. So this is granting application for review. Okay, so this is how you get to your acts from the legal search. Okay, let's come to the assisted search now. So assisted search is how do you search in terms of the, so it's basically a kind of Manu search. So Manu search is there, but you are looking for a specific thing. Say you are looking for child custody case, okay, and you want this child custody thing to come together as a phrase, okay. So no need to put in inverted commas, plus, minus, nothing like that. Just write here child custody and it will automatically take where the child custody is coming together. Now, if you want to say for the visiting rights, okay, be a little careful about spelling here. So say visiting rights. So it's looking for exactly child custody and visiting rights in all the judgments. So there is 48 judgments where these both the terms are coming as a phrase. Okay, now what you can do is, if you're looking for, say, not a exact phrase search, but a proximity search, say child custody and say visiting rights. So you can write these words, like these are the 4 words I'm looking for in a range of 20. The 20 is in whichever judgment these 4 words are coming near each other, like in a range of 20 words. So child might be here, custody is here, visiting rights is here. Okay, so these 4 words are coming in a range of 20. So this is also very, very accurate way to search. Don't put like a lot of things. Just put in the keywords. These are the 4 things I'm looking for in my judgment, 4 keywords, and give them a proximity, say 20, 50, depending on your requirement. Now, since you are expert level users, you will be using it more. So I'm giving you a tip here. So this is like, if you write after visit, if you put a star, or after write you put a star, it will take visit, visiting, visitation, all those different forms are also taken care of. Okay. Now you'll see that the number of results from like 60 odd have gone up by 569. We have done nothing else, just put in a star. So these are some of the tricks that you can use to enhance your legal search. Next time, if you can ask Arun sir to have a session like this. We can discuss on how to improve this more, like how to get to the more accurate things. Okay. So let's come back to the search part, and in my PPT I have like put in some of the things. So one of the things that you have to make sure of, like before opening a judgment, any judgment that you want to see, that 2 things, that if it's not overruled, the second thing is if SLP is not pending on that case. So let me just go to Manu search and make another query, say LGBT rights, and make my search. So this is a much more new topic, so you might be aware. So this is the 2013 judgment which got overruled. So this got overruled in 2018, where the community got the rights for this. So this particular judgment, I already told you that this red flag is important, because this red flag indicates that this particular case has been overruled. Okay. Now where is this overruled? Just click onto this red flag and it will take you to the judgment which is overruled. So this is Navdeep Singh Tohar versus Union of India. So this is a 2018 case. Okay, so this red flag is very, very important. Whether the case is overruled or not, we'll be able to find from here. And if there is a red flag, that means that is overruled. If there's no red flag, that means that is not overruled. It might have been challenged somewhere, dissented somewhere, but that is something else. We'll come to that. Okay. Now the second thing was the SLP. SLP is somebody, it's a high court judgment and somebody has appealed against it in Supreme Court. Okay. So it should not be pending. Like if there is pending and you go to the court with the particular judgment and you find out that there is a SLP pending on this one, so it's not good for you. So for that, we have given you this item. So this is the SLP pending option that is available here. So this will indicate that before opening the judgment, you will find that this SLP is pending on this one. So, okay, so once you open the judgment and you go on the top, so SLP button will be there. So SLP status, you can just do a little maths and you will be able to get the pending SLP numbers from here. Okay, so these are the SLP numbers for this particular case. So this is before opening any judgment, check for 2 things: not overruled, SLP not pending. Okay, so this is number 1. Let's go to the how does a case looks like in Manupatra. So this is one good case method that I was mentioning. So we'll be using one citation for this. So this is AIR 2012 SE 2795. Okay, so let's go back to Manu. This is the citation search if you're looking for a particular. So this is AIR Supreme Court. You just have to go down, select AIR Supreme Court. The volume number is 2012 and the page number is 2795. Okay, just put in the numbers, search, and this is the Manu citation. Okay, somebody asked something on the chat, so I'll just quickly go to that. Okay, Shreya ma'am, I'll just before that, we'll cover the judgments from here, and I'll come to like the search part. I'll explain again. No worries. So people who have already listened to this, they will be able to leave, and the rest of the people who have joined later, they can have that session. Okay. So this is what I'm showing right now is the template of a judgment in Manupatra. So this is how a judgment looks like in Manupatra. So this is the text of the judgment. So this is the AIR citation. The first one is the citation that you can see from here. These are the different icons. So these are some of the features that we'll be covering in detail in the after I show you the template. So this is the judgment. Okay. This is when you go down, you'll be able. This is a criminal judgment. These are the counsels that have appeared in front of them. These are the subjects of the judgment. All the acts that were used in this judgment. This is all the acts. And if you want to see the negotiable instruments act, so this is like if you want to see like which are the relevant section, which was actually the judgment was on this particular section on 141, and you will be able to track. Out of these are what our research team has done. They have segregated this from there. Okay, so this is for the particular cases, the list of cases that were referred in this judgment. You can see from here, all the list is there. Authorities that were referred, cases, if it has overruled any case that you can see. So these are the two previous cases that it has overruled. Cases it has dissented with, mentioned, relied on. So this is again very important. So this is of all the judgments that were referred in this judgment, which were the judgments that it relied on. So this is one judgment it relied on. This is one these are the judgments which it discussed on, mentioned, and dissented. So we are giving you the judgments, the list of the judgments that were referred. Also, we are giving you the treatment, like what treatment was given to that judgment in this case. Okay, so this is the prior history. So this originated from High Court of Delhi. Case note is there, judgment is there. So judgment, if you want to see on a particular section, if section number 482, 48, section 85. So this is all hyperlinked. You can click here and you will be able to see the relevant section. Okay. Similarly, if any judgment is there in terms of the head note, so this what we have done here is, just give me. Okay, so this is, you can also, like, you will be able to color certain paragraphs. So if you want to see, like, highlight certain things, suppose you are in a live hearing, just like we are doing right now. So this is how online courts are operating. So if you want to bring the honorable judge's attention to a particular, paragraph, so you can always highlight this. So this is one feature that is getting a lot of response during the pandemic. Okay, so as I promised, I'll come to the features part. Okay. I'm experiencing some problems with the trackpad. Okay, let's. Okay, so some of the features are there. If you want to see the print, if you want to download the print of the judgment, so PDF download is there. Just click onto this one, and you will be able to download the print. So PDF option, if you want to download, that is available. Okay, so once it loads, I'll be able to show you that the equivalent citations are also there in that. If you want to send this as a mail, so to a friend, to colleague, to anyone, if you want to send this as a mail, you can do that. If you want to view this in a Word format, okay, Word format is also available that you can see from here. If you want to create sticky notes, as I was showing you in the template, you will be able to create sticky notes. You can save this to different drive option is there. So if you want to save this in Dropbox, Google Drive, that option is available here. Okay, so if you want to save this in Manu Patra cloud, so if you want to save it in manupatra.com, you'll be able to see that display settings. Let's come to that. Okay, so this is the important para. So this is one of our artificial intelligence features. So basically what this does is it gives you the most quoted paragraph of this judgment. So this is the 31st paragraph of Anita Handa, and this has been cited like twice in different judgments. Okay, so what important para gives you is it gives you the most quoted paragraphs from this judgment. So this particular paragraph, 31 number paragraph, it has been verbatim quoted from this particular judgment into future judgments. So this is the 31st judgment, and you will be able to see that this is the 37th judgment. Okay, so let's come to this. Important para. Let's come to the next one, which is the cited in para option. Okay. So this is the cited in para option, which gives you like where this particular judgment has been followed in future. So this gives me the entire list where this judgment has been followed. This is the fourth. This has been cited 327 times in future. So a lot of times we go to advocates and they say, no, is this judgment referred somewhere else or not? So basically this particular feature gives me the answer for that. So this particular judgment has been referred 327 times in future judgments. Now you will ask which judgment? So this is the list of those judgments where this has been referred. Okay. And in this paragraph of the judgment. Similarly, another Karnataka High Court judgment has referred this in this one. Madras High Court judgment has referred. So you will be able to find which judgment is referring this and in which paragraph of the judgment. You don't have to look for the paragraph also. That is also available from here. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, the case map. Okay, so case map is very much favorite of the researchers because this gives you the bird eye view. This gives you 20 most relevant judgments related to Anita Handa. So let's take this as a timeline. So this is a 2012 judgment. Now, if you want to see judgments prior to this, so this particular judgment, Anita Handa, again, so this has been dissented in this judgment. Okay. And this particular judgment, 1955 judgment, this has been discussed. So this happened prior 2012. Okay. Now, what happened to Anita Handa case after 2012? So there was this case, Subramaniam Swamy, which relied on this. There's another case which have relied on this. So you will be able to find related cases. Okay. So there's another case. This is N. Krishnan, which have relied on this one. Similarly, once this has been affirmed. So all these different kinds of treatment, where this was dissented, where this was affirmed, where this was relied on, all these you will be able to capture from here. Okay, so once you click onto this one, you will be also able to find like the future judgment. So Subramaniam Swamy now, I think it's the same Subramaniam Swamy. So this is the 2016 judgment, and you will be able to track like where in future this was discussed or mentioned. So different treatments you will be able to follow from here. Okay. Let's come to the next feature, which is the print replica option. So in Manu Patra, what we do is that you will be able to find the Supreme Court copy. So in any judgment, Supreme Court or the Delhi respective High Court, court copy is available directly from their website. So, okay, so this is there in terms of like many publishers, what they're doing is they're changing the paragraph numbers of the judgment. So the opposite counsel has one judgment where different paragraph number is there, your paragraph number is different, Judge Saab's paragraph number is different. So this is creating a lot of confusion in the courtroom. So more and more courts are also preferring the original court copy of the judgment. And so this is available here. If you want to check anything, if you want to see anything, so this is, we have straightforward, this is available. Also, this will be available in notification circulars and all those kind of features also. So the authentic copy, the source copy, we try to share with our users. Okay. So this is on the, these are some of the features that you can use, but I'll request you is like Next time you're opening Manu Patra, go to your landmark judgment, any of your favorite judgments, just click on to these 2-3 features, and I think you'll be able to memorize them from there. Okay. Now let's come to the next one, which is the legal analytics. So legal analytics, again, as the name suggests, a little bit analytical. So let's come to advanced judge analytics. Here what we have done is, on a particular, say for a particular judge sir, you will be able to find his what kind of judgments that he gives. So this is like for Sikri sir, you will be able to see like he has authored 15 judgments, 14 are the part of the bench judgments that he has given. Once you click onto this button, you will be able to track like these are the 15 judgments that he has authored in 2019 before retiring. Okay, so similarly, subject-wise judgment is there. So on civil, on excise, direct taxation. So if you have any favorite judge at this point in time, so you can just see all his on a particular subject, you will be able to track that. More will give you more subjects, and this is the counsels that have been appearing in front of him. Important in law firms. So these are the like Krishna Prasad sir has appeared 291 times. Once you click here, you will be able to track the list also. His position wise, so which he tends to dismiss, which he tends to allow in favor of SEC, or just sometimes if you want to track that kind of data, this is available. Just cited, which are the judges that he tends to cite the most. So Sinha sir, he has cited 207 times. So when you're going in front of him, probably take Sinha sir's judgment. So this is relevant also because I was sitting with someone and he's saying that this is relevant because sometimes these judges are in arbitration also. So after they have retired, they sit in arbitrations, and just to get that kind of a hint, so this he uses this for that. So this is interesting. Again, coming to next one, which is the judges cited by. So this is like who are the judges that tend to cite sir the most. So P.S. Sethi sir, again this is from Delhi High Court. So he has cited him in 280 judgments. These are the Supreme Court citing reference. So like how many times he has been affirmed, how many times he has been discussed, dissented, all that kind of data is there. Similarly, you will be able to find this for the High Court also. So how many times discussed, affirmed, dissented. Okay, so this data basically is available everywhere. This is publicly available data. But what Manu Patra has done is like they have used this in a visualization form that that is informant for the user also, that they are able to make some decisions on that. Okay, so let's take some queries. So if you have any queries and if you have time, I can like probably show you some of the other features also. Okay, so you can just write to me in the chat window, and then we can probably take Shreya ma'am's and we can start like from the table of contents and we can cover that part. Okay, so Mansi ma'am is asking for the case map. Let's go back and just, my trackpad is not helping. Okay, let's go to Manu search and okay. If you give me just 1 minute, I'll get a mouse for me. I think that would be better. Appointment of arbitrator. Make a search. Okay. Once you have selected this, On the top, you will be able to find the features. Okay, so ma'am, the case map was this one. This is the just like the Google map. Once you click onto this, so this is for SBP. This 20 most relevant judgments you will be able to see in one place. Okay, this is for 2005. These are all the cases that have come prior to 2005. You will be able to see from here. These are the after 2005 cases. So where this particular judgment was discussed in future, where this was mentioned, dissented in future, where this was affirmed in future. So basically what this is giving is 20 relevant case laws. The 10 case laws are the previous. So like these are the judgments that got referred in SBP. Okay, so this is a earlier 1977 judgment which got discussed in SBP. We were following Konkan Railway, and Konkan Railway was overruled. Okay, so this particular judgment was overruled by SBP. What happened to SBP after 2005, that you will be able to see on the right hand side because the arrows are moving outside. Okay, so there was this case, Rajesh Kumar, where it got dissented. Okay, and there's another case where this got affirmed. So if you're looking for a case and you found, sometimes what happens is you find a case that is not relevant to you. Like this is the exact opposite case that I was looking for. So in that case, you can open case map and you can see where this judgment got dissented somewhere, if there was any such judgment. So this will help you to find that judgment. Now you can read Rajesh Kumar and you can follow Rajesh Kumar in future. Okay, so this is the Rajesh Kumar case 2066. Sorry. So this is where this got distinguished, where this got affirmed, where this got mentioned, where this got discussed. So similarly, you will be able to find multiple cases related to your one case that you have found here. Okay. Pranav sir is asking for the Boolean searches that are available. So sir, the Boolean
Yes, sir.
are
For the case map query, sir, thank you. I understood.
So unmute yourself. So
okay. So for the alternative is the assisted searches. So this is like the alternative. So if you are looking for a exact particular phrase, so you don't have to look, write for inverted commas. You can just put it here. That exact phrase will come here, and you can also use like these words. Like I've already discussed. Say on this. This is my favorite query. For any, like these are the 4 words that I'm looking in a range. So this is what Boolean search is. Like I'm looking them in a range of 20 words, 50 words, or 10 words. Okay, 20 words if you're looking. Just make sure that the spelling is correct and make a search again. Okay, so now from here you will be able to track all the judgments. Like these are the 61 results where these 4 words are coming in a range of 20. Okay. You can always increase this or reduce this further. Okay, so this is the alternative for the Boolean search. Okay, so if there are any questions more in the chat window, they can ask or they can ask in the by unmuting themselves. Okay, welcome Pranav sir. Okay, so let me just show you one thing. Like we also have a very active. channel in YouTube. So whatever webinars that we do, training videos, a lot of these things are available to you. Okay, so this is the channel, understanding M-Para. So if any feature also you didn't understand, so like separate features are given on Manu Search, how to use taxonomy, how to use comparative analysis. And if you want to review this session also, we have some of the features, like a 30-minute session is there. That will be, you can use this database to review particular thing. Okay. Apart from that, we also have a very this online, Arun sir, I'll share this particular links with him. So academic.manupatra, this study material is there. So if you want to, revise on certain topics, if you want to test yourself on certain topics, so we give you different kind of incentives are there. So you'll be, just go to academic.manupatra, you'll be able to read articles, treaties, you'll be able to find test papers where you'll be given proper research problems, and you will be able to, when you have to solve them based on using Manupatra. Okay, this is about it. So if you have any queries regarding Manupatra, Arun sir is there. So he has my number. He has Sanjay sir's number also, who is our representative in Chandigarh there. And you can always drop us a mail at contact@manupatra.com also. So very, very much responsive there. So within 5-10 minutes, you'll get response in working days. Okay. How do you get your articles? Mansi ma'am, you can just write to contact@manupatra.com, or you can write to articles@manupatra.com. So both are the options that you can use. So our editorial team will get in touch with you. Like they have some norms, so they'll get in touch with you, and if you cross that quality standard, you will be able to publish the article in Manupatra.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mansi ma'am.